Okay, hello everyone, it's me, Paigeofmaces, and welcome back to Magical Diary. Hair has decided to wrap itself around my face, and George is awake. Oh, hang on. Oh god, I wish I had my mouse attached at this moment in time. Okay, when I arrive at the room for detention, it seems that the professor hasn't even bothered to turn up. Donald is here scowling at the notebook in front of him. He doesn't pay attention to my entrance. There's a thick blue library book on the table with folklore and mythology compilation on the cover and silver lettering. Next to it, a piece of paper headlined with my name and Professor Grabiner's handwriting. According to this note, I'm supposed to read a list of selected fairy tales and identify the most common failing of the human heroes. I flipped through the book quickly. Ethne the Bride, Beauty and the Beast, the Sea Nymph, East of the Sun, West of the Moon, Gifts of the Mountain Spirits. Okay, I've read Beauty and the Beast, and I've read East of the Sun and West of the Moon. Don't know the other ones. Are all these stories true or just the one he's picked out, or none? I've heard of some of these since I was a little girl, but they never mentioned jargo or dances like the one we had. I better get to work. I sit across from Donald and smile at him. Do you get tired of being in here every Saturday? Hey, you noticed? Notice what? Well, I'm here. Well, that's sort of obvious, isn't it? You'd think. Beg your pardon? He leans back in his chair and smiles. Do you have any brothers or sisters? Huh? No. Do you want them? I like being an only child. I'm lonely sometimes. Are you offering? I guess I could ask him anything. Lonely sometimes, probably. I do sometimes. It'd be nice to have a friend my own age who lived with us and went on vacation with us, so I'd never have to be lonely. Yeah, a friend would be nice. Wait. I know you and Virginia don't get along, but what about William, your brothers? You must have a lot to share. Ha! You know what you asked me earlier? William never asks. Never asks. Which thing I asked you earlier? Doesn't answer. The silent moment stretches. In the distance I hear footsteps echoing down the hall. Hey Paige, do me a favour? Okay. Ask William what he thinks of me. And with that he turns his head back to his work just before the door opens. Grab his bag, so I better act like I'm paying attention to my assignment. By the end of the afternoon I finished taking notes on the fairies in these stories. They're all completely different. One will give you gold if you're polite, and give you a hunchback if you're not. But another will only give treasures to people who insult him. One hero defeated an army of elves by digging a hole in a hill and sprinkling it with salt. In a different story, a king lost his whole country and was cursed for 100 years for looking at a fairy woman naked. Never look at them naked fairy women. I have no idea what I'm supposed to learn from this, except that dealing with fairies is a bad idea. It was boring work, but it's over now. Fringe is really pissing me off. I need to have it cut. I'm walking along, minding my own business, when suddenly I feel a gentle touch on the back of my head. I turn around, but there's no one nearby. Then I notice something white drifting to the floor. Paper? With a few long strides, William crosses the hall to reach my side. Whoops, sorry about that. He picks up the paper aeroplane and winks at me. It was supposed to go over your head. No problem. Now that I run into him, I have a chance to ask him something if I want. About Donald, about Ellen, about Donald. This is sort of a silly question, but do you and Donald get along? Huh? Sure, why? Well, I've never had a brother or sister. My friends at school, sometimes their sisters were their best friends, and sometimes they couldn't stand each other, or they were always competing. Virginia talks about you all the time. She really looks up to you and she relies on you to know how things work. Is it like that with you and Donald? Or is there some kind of secret masculine bonding thing? Well, I can't tell you about our male secrets. No, Donald's his own guy. He'd rather solve his problems himself. Like his problems with his sister? I don't get involved with that. You mean you're not on Virginia's side? There's no point in taking sides. If she's told you that she's always the innocent one, don't believe her. They're as bad as each other. But you like Virginia better? What is she up to this time? No, nothing. Tell her I love her, but I can't get her out of her homework. I'm not here to talk about Virginia, I'm trying to talk about Donald. What? Oh. Oh? Well, I can't tell you much about that. I've only been home with them over the summer the past couple of years. Donald's never told me about any special girls. You... Actually, if he thinks I've got a crush on Donald, that might be a good reason for him to give me an honest opinion. So, what do you think of Donald, really? He's not a bad kid. He's just got too much energy, and that's what gets him into trouble. It happens with a lot of wolves. If he were willing to work hard on anything but pranks, he'd go a long way. A steady girlfriend would probably be good for him. I certainly wouldn't complain about seeing you together. But I'm not the one you'll have to ask, am I? He ruffles my hair. Get out of it. Don't worry, I won't tell him you said anything. Good luck. And then he's gone. That was not quite how I expected Donald's question to turn out. Next week. Let's keep going. Right, so we want that, possibly that again. Let's go to the gym and let's also do one more bit of blue, I think. Done. I need a drink. And please make yourself comfortable, little Signets. We have a serious issue to talk about today. Many of you will have learned something about this subject from your parents. Others will know less or nothing at all. Wait, is this going to be sex education? Oh yeah, we've already heard this lecture. Let's just skip through this. Especially don't have to do Minnie's voice. Communication. Whoa. Oh yeah, this is the lecture she gives me if my stress is over 50. Just don't work too hard and forget to rest. You're telling me not to pay so much attention to school? That's like something Virginia would say. Well, maybe you take it more seriously then. I study hard, but if I get too tired, I'll forget things. There's no point in studying if you can't remember what you've learnt. I suppose. Activity, green magic. Green magic, 1 stress. Pink, then people could tell you apart. Oh, Paige. Hey Luke, can you go on for a bit? I need to talk to Paige about something. Sure. Catch up with you later, man. He poses nonchalantly while his roommate walks away. Once Luke is out of sight, his face falls. So, did you talk to my brother? What did he say about me? I haven't had a chance to do that way. He says you're great, he says you have too much energy, he thinks I have a crush on you. Okay, this is something for this. You can probably see that reflected in my glasses there. Really reflective. Good times with Donald. Oh no, this is the 5th. Oh, Damien. Okay, this does not appear. On any Tuesday following the Sunday William conversation, Donald Sharp. If you lie until you don't talk to him. Okay, let's just say he thinks I have a crush on you. Well, I tried to talk to him about you, but it didn't quite turn out like I expected. Oh? He thought I was asking because he thinks I have a crush on you. Ah, I see. What you told me was fine with him. In fact, he said a girlfriend would be good for you. Why? Oh, the usual sort of nonsense about a girl to make you settle down and work hard. Sounds like a boring girl to me. So anyway, sorry if I didn't find out what you wanted to know. No, you did fine, thanks. Suddenly he reaches out to pokes my cheek. Got something on your face. Oh? Anyway, I should get going. See ya. Right, they did gave me a thing, right? Let me just check. Yeah, gain a long point. Great. Stop giving me that look, fatty. You know that I would be putting that there, and you wouldn't slept there. Bonjour, mon chéri. Oh yeah, we've already read this one as well. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, Saturday morning. Mail announces delivered. Ellen, there's a letter for you. Oh, it's from my family. Ellen carefully works her finger under the sealed envelope flap, opening it with a minimum of tearing, then unfolds the letter and begins to read. What? She drops back onto her bed with a thud and stares at the paper in her hands. What is it? It's nothing, just a change of plans. Brad, I'm not going home for Thanksgiving. What? Because it's a long way for such a short break, so it's better for me to stay here. Also, your sister's probably stolen your room and your parents don't want to admit it. Is that what you want? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It's not my decision. I can't go home on my own. They don't want me there. Well, we want you here, don't we, Paige? Maybe when we finally reach our sophomore year, we could just have Thanksgiving, the three of us, together. Wolf made a joke about that. He's all third year of freshman and can't wait for sophomore. It's a pity that you don't carry on for other years. Maybe that'd be what the Wolf Hall extension is going to be about. When that finally comes. Come on, we should all do something together today. Alright. Only if Damien's around. No, alright. Okay. You don't have to do that. I'm fine, really. You're fine about not going home? What, do you hate your parents or something? Virginia! I don't hate them, they just don't want me. Mama's probably glad to be rid of me. What about your dad? He's not around. I live with my mama and Justin, my stepfather. Your father left you? That's not exactly. Mama was. She left him. Because Jenny's my half-sister. Justin is her dad. My father was angry. I don't remember a lot of what happened. Then we moved and eventually he stopped writing. Mama says I look like him. I'm sure they want you home. It's just 800 miles. You're going home for Christmas, right? As far as I know. Is it okay for people to stay over here in the holidays? Yeah, there's always someone staying. Some people don't want to have to go back to being non-magical. Hey, if you want, you can come to our house for the break. Really? Sure, we're used to having people stay over. I mean, you have to ask, but I'm sure it'll be alright. Unless you don't want it because, you know, my brother. Oh, I'd rather be there than here all alone. Okay, I'll write to Mum and Dad. Now let's go do something. Let's go outside. I want some fresh air. Okay. We go for a walk and eventually a run, which occasionally turns into a chase. I'm still the fastest. Na 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 na, you can't catch me. We have a good time, but we tire ourselves out a bit. Next week. Early next week. Morning dorm room. Class up in the halls have informed us there'll be an assembly for all freshmen this Thursday. No class activities can be scheduled for that day. What should I do this week? Okay, so we need green. And then we'll do some blue. Blue? Actually, let's do 2 green, just in case one fails. And then we'll do gym. Do T green magic. Failure, gain 2 stress. Good thing we did failure, gain 2 stress. I'm just going to automatically fail everything now, aren't I? So, morning assembly. On Thursday morning, all the freshmen are gathered together in the gym. Good morning, my bright young things. Today's a special occasion for all of you. You're going to practice what you've learned and try some spells out on each other without the pressure of tests or grades. This is an important lesson because in the future exams you'll come up against other spellcasters. You need to know how to use magic spells in combat now to avoid magic being used on you. Will everyone please team up in twos? There's some jostling and shuffling around. Ellen and Virginia pair off, and I end up saying why Virginia's brother Donald. Is there another Donald in this school? Please pay attention before we begin. I want you to take turns casting spells at each other and blocking them. This is not a battle, and you're not trying to defeat each other. Think of it like a game of catch. One of you is the pitcher and one of you is the catcher. You can only pitch when it's your turn, so defenders must only defend and not attack. Oh, this lecture is beginning to get on my nerves now. Please don't interfere with any other pairs. That includes casting spells that tend to be messy. No fireballs or ice storms, please. Target only your partner. I'll be on hand to deal with any injuries or accidents. If you hurt yourself, please call for help. I'll be right there. Have fun. Fun? I tend to face my partner. Ladies first. I'm not sure what to cast. I've never done this before. You can do a push spell, right? Sure, that's easy. Alright then, are you ready? 3, 2, 1. I start to cast the spell, but suddenly a wave of cold sweeps over my body and I can't move. The spell fizzles uncast. Ha! I wasn't sure that would work. Humph. It'll wear off in a minute. As he said, I am free shortly, but my fingertips are still tingling and sore. Alright, it's my turn now. Are you ready? I suppose. Uno, dos, tres. Dodge. As Donald pressed to cast his spell, I jumped to the side. What? I don't feel anything. I guess he missed. What do you call that? Thinking outside the box? We work together for a while, trading spells back and forth. Then Donald holds up his hands and leans in close to whisper something. I've got a great idea. When I say you drop to the floor and cover your eyes, I'm going to cast something over your head. Okay. Go! Onky, I duck and cover. There's a whooshing noise followed by a burst of heat overhead, followed by screams. Donald, what are you doing? Oh, you're in trouble. Why, your flaming dragon was very impressive. Oh, I missed a fire dragon. I did specifically tell you to avoid large spells. Poor Paige didn't manage to get out of the way, it would have hurt her badly. Like he cares. It's very disappointing. You've always been so careful in your creativity. Why would you take such a risk? Defend Donald. For support Stam, I wasn't actually in danger. He told me to get down and make sure I was out of the way before he cast it. You knew what he was going to do? Yes. I knew he was going to do something, and saying this should get him out of trouble, right? Well, I suppose that changes things slightly. Detention from both of you, then. What? It's only fair for both conspirators to suffer equally. You did both know that you shouldn't cast such large spells, but no demerit since there was no real danger. Perhaps the two of you can use the time to come up with some more interesting way of showcasing your spells for the next class. Yes, Mum. No problem. Try to be good now. Jacob, put Mr. Aries down. Sherry's off to deal with someone else. Luckily there are no major accidents for the rest of the session. Friday, gym. Yeah, I'm just gonna fail everything now. I need to sleep, I think. On Saturday morning, the mail announces delivered. I get up to go to my detention. Sleep first thing, I think. Mr. Maces, Mr. Danson. Must I be burdened forever with this nonsense? Since you are both being punished for the same offence, you will receive the same punishment. He points to the tables where two very large glass jars filled with pebbles are sitting. You will each take one jar. You will take out each pebble individually by hand. You will place each pebble on the table, forming two separate stacks. After you've removed each pebble, you will write down the total number of pebbles in that jar. You will then return the pebbles into your jar by hand. I have ways of detecting whether or not each pebble has been touched. Do not attempt to shirk. Do you understand? Sure. If your count is off or you attempt to pocket any of the pebbles, I will lock you in this room with no food and water until Monday. Get on with it. He stalks out of the room, closing the door behind him. What's the point of this? Boredom, that's all. Great. Sorry I got you into this. You didn't, it was my decision. I mean, it would have been right to let them think you were trying to hurt me when you weren't. Yeah, well, I knew I was going to get busted for it and I didn't warn you. If he knew he'd get me into trouble, then why did he do it? Well, I'd better get to work. At the end of the day, I've counted and recounted 432 pebbles, and my neck hurts. But at least I get to leave. Next week. Paige? Yes? Do you like theatre? Plays? Yeah, I don't know. Why? Well, the drama club is doing Medea this week and I kind of want to go see it, but I want to go by myself. What's Medea? It's a classic Greek tragedy. It's about a witch whose lover betrays her and terrible things she does for revenge. That doesn't sound very nice. That's why it's a tragedy. They're doing it Friday and Saturday night, and I was thinking I'd rather go Friday. Is it free? No, it's $5 for students. So do you want to come? I think I'll skip it this time because I've been to it for the past 2 routes, and apart from joining the Rose and Wasp, I don't feel there's much use for going there, although it probably gave me an element point, but I'm off done all the points this time, so let's go. No. I don't think it's really my kind of thing, sorry. Okay. I better figure out what I am doing this week. Sleep, first of all. Get the stress down. Then we'll go green, gym, blue. Done. Sleeping reduces stress. Still over the limit. Tuesday. Green magic. Access to my green magic to stress. Heal. Brilliant. Yes, it's sex education, I believe. Yeah. Oh no, they. Fast forward to off. I'm going to go for dinner when someone knocks on the door. Hi. Hi guys, what's up? Want to learn some easy merits? Doing what? Butching and baking and candlestick making. Butching? That's not the right word. It could be. She's a horse. You ever been kicked by one? What did you want me to do again? He's already said it. You in or not? Okay. Fine. Lead on. The boys lead me to a classroom with a stove set up in the back, normally used for potions making. There are several pots and a collection of metal cylinders on the floor nearby. They don't have lids and they're not the right size for any pipes I know of. What are they? There you are. Now if you just hold still for a moment. A wave of green magic rolls over me. That should improve your resistance to heat and stop you burning yourself too easily. Of course you'll still need to be careful. Especially you, Mr. Pfeiffer. Yes, Mum. You have an instruction sheet here with all the steps, including the portions of the dyes and fragrance oils. Do you have any questions? We're cool. Alright, I'm going out for a while, but I'll be back shortly to keep an eye on things. Don't worry, I won't interfere. Might even bring my knitting. She walks out, leaving me with the 2 boys, who obviously haven't told me everything. What are we doing here? Making candles. It's for the fundraiser thing. What fundraiser thing? The school sells stuff at the mall to raise money. Oh. So she's not mad about you last. Not still mad at you about last week then? Who, Potsdam? No, she's never really mad. She loves me. If she loves you so much, why didn't she marry you? What? She's not a lady, you goon. She's not that old, but too old for you, I'm sure. We shouldn't talk about this in case she comes back. Right, candles. So how does it work? Sell the wick, melt the wax, pour it in, then cool it down. Easy. You can cast a steel spell, right? No. Alright, you run the wax and Luke can do the wicks. Sure. Okay, wax is set up in a double boiler. Make sure there's always water in there, and keep an eye on the temperature. If the wax gets too hot, it'll explode. I've made candles before. It's pretty fun. Just sitting there and dipping the candles in and out, in and out, in and out. That's pretty fun. Did it in Holland, if I recall correctly. Yes, did it in Holland when I went there for my year 6 trip. Which was pretty fun. The whole thing was pretty fun. I still don't know why I'm telling you this. Back to the game! Back to the game! Explode? That's why Potsdam heat-proofed us. Just keep an eye on it, and as long as you're watching, we'll have time to catch you if it starts going wrong. When the wax chunks are mellow down, mix the oil and the colour, then stir it with a wooden spoon. Have you done this before? No, I read the directions, it's not that hard. Oh my god, a man that reads the manual. Hallelujah. Why doesn't Donald exist in real life? Seriously, I have never met a guy who has read the manual before. It's amazing. Sheer amazing. Donald man. I'm so glad I'm going after you this route. Once the pot is ready, you can pour it into the moulds. And what are you going to do while we're working? I get the hard part, you'll see. Working together, Luke and I assemble and fill candle moulds. Alright, stand back, here I go. Watch out, here I come. I can feel the magic in the air, but I'm not sure what he's doing. He's doing black and red together, I believe. What is that? Shh, hang on. He's still casting. Okay, it's a tougher spell than usual. A minute later, he relaxes. There you go. You can cut off the ends now. I look inside the mould. Not only has the wax cooled, but it's shrunk in away from the sides of the mould completely evenly. You can't cool it all at once or it will collapse. If you leave it to cool on its own, it sinks full of holes, so it's tricky. Couldn't you have just shaped the wax around the wick in the first place without melting it? It wouldn't work right afterwards. It wouldn't blend right. And so we produce a nice set of candles. None of the steps are terribly difficult, but it's done over and over. It's tiring. Wonderful work, ducklings. 10 merits for each of you. A job well done. Activity gym. Failed. One black magic, one stress. One blue magic, one stress. Evening dorm room. Hey, where's Ellen? She and Lena are going to that play tonight. Oh right, my dear, she asked me about that too. Lena's in Butterfly Hall. I don't really know her, but I'm glad Ellen found someone to go with. Dorm room. Saturday morning, the mail allowances are delivered. So close. What should I do today? Study. I didn't mean for it to hit my webcam, that was silly, sorry guys. Right. 23rd. Right, we might as well just carry on until Thanksgiving, then I'll call it an episode. Study. The library is fairly quiet, but familiar faces are still present. Study with Minnie. Neil set up my green magic. Green magic and smart impressed by 1. Stress increases by 4. Next week. It doesn't matter about stress levels. Morning assembly. Early on Monday, all the freshmen are called together. Good morning, buttercups. the Thanksgiving break begins this week after classes on Tuesday. There will be no further scheduled activities until Monday, the 2nd of December. If you are staying through the break, the library will be open and meals will be served at regular times, as well as the feast on Thursday and some organised activities. If you are leaving and you need to leave before tomorrow evening and haven't already made arrangements, please talk to me after assembly. Now, there is one more thing. For those of you who are a wild seed, if you are leaving, this will be your first time away from the comfort and protection of Iris Academy. Your witches and wizards and the people around you out there are not. The choice you made 3 years ago still stands. You must not reveal the secrets to the outside world. You must not discuss or display magic in front of anyone who is not one of us. Not your old friends, not your families, no one. If you betray our trust, you will not be allowed to return. And we would miss you. Now I'm sure you have a busy week ahead of you, so I'll let you get on with your schedules. So we've got 2 choices. Let's try to round up blue magic and also do some red. Activity blue magic. Failure. And failure. Yep. Gathered as much. If I might have your attention, please. Take hold of each other's hands and close your eyes. We give thanks to the parents who created us, and the earth and the friends who helped us grow. To the earth which nurtures us, and the other worlds that inspire us. For what we've been given and what we have to give. For those of us who have taken us in, when we are in need, for forgiveness and for the hope of renewal. Judge. Sorry, it's weak. May our tributes bring joy, and may no call go unanswered this Thanksgiving season. So may it be. Hands pull away from mine as other students echo her words. Have a very happy holiday. But I can hang up my cape, find my parents and be on my way. School will be waiting for me when I get back. And this is where I'm going to end it. So this has been Magical Diary. I'm Paigeofmaces, TTFN.